people? SandCity Sports, we back again. Yes, indeed. Had to get this episode going on. Big game tonight with the Colorado Buffaloes holding on for the W. Yes, indeed. Okay, the YouTube is with me. YouTube is rocking with me. I love to see it. I love to see it. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. What are we doing? What we doing on the Twitter? Twitter, you rocking with me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's come over to the socials. The socials is rocking with me. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and we can't forget. You know what I mean? Because they say it's been a long time, right? I shouldn't have left you without a. Yup. Step two. Step two. Step two. Stick a step two. Step two. Woo! No. Twitch. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Let's get the Twitch set up. Just make sure. Go to the. Yep. Get out of that. Get out of that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Twitch is rocking with me, and we are live across the board. So, woo! Take some of that sweat off of your forehead. You know you were sweating. I was sweating as well. But nonetheless, the Colorado Buffaloes, they did what they needed to do in terms of holding on, which we're going to most certainly get to. I guess a couple more technical, please. Let me a couple more technical things. I think it's the same. I forgot to get the link. But let me just send this over. I was rushing just a bit, but in case anybody wanted to jump on, I'd just like to let people know. So we're gonna do a couple more technical things. This is not the best. I apologize. Right? We got some Murphy's Law going on right now. We got a little bit of Murphy's Law, and we're gonna blast off. We blasting off. Please, in the comments, like, subscribe, do what you do. Let me know right now that the beginning of this show isn't what it needs to be. Okay, that's facts. That's straight facts. Speak the truth. Speak the doggone truth. And let me just get my studio link here in case anybody wants to jump on. I should put that. We're going to think about putting this in the chat. Putting the studio link in the chat for people that want to jump on. I always say it, but that can kind of correct my technical issue that I had right now in terms of not even being considerate enough to copy them, because I was, you know what I mean? What did John Wooden say, folks? And we blasting off T-minus 30 seconds, no doubt about it. John Wooden said, be quick, but don't hurry. He said, be quick, but don't hurry. Your boy was hurrying. Your boy was hurrying. Hold on. No. Let me just paste. In case anybody wanted to jump on in. I appreciate Q3 Media. Much love. The Sports Cheetah on the Twitter. Much love and respect and appreciation. What's going on here? I'm on all these platforms. Finally, I got the technical side straightened out, but I'm over here doing the, you know what I mean, sending this out for the first 4 minutes after a huge Colorado win. That's not good production value. That's not adding to the people that's taking their time to tune in. So the Cape Cod kid has to step his game up, which I'm going to do right now that we done taking care of that other business. You were sweating. I was sweating. Colorado was holding on. I had this game. They didn't cover no spread. They didn't cover no spread. Spread was double digits, which, you know, I wish I would have fired on that because A, first game of the season, and B, these Dakota teams, North and South Dakota, coming out of these mid-major conferences are no joke. They're no joke. Right? So not that I'm some Nostradamus when it comes to football specifically, but I thought this was going to be a nip and tuck game. It was most certainly a nip and tuck game coming down the stretch in the third quarter, 2024 game, and North Dakota State was driving. They was driving, and I thought it looked like they was going to take the lead. Okay, that was a pivotal possession down the stretch. They did not convert. You know what I know. What we're doing. Just what we just saw, but I'm giving you my quick takes, and then we have to talk about really the game after the game, which is Deion in the press conference. Okay, I don't have that up right now, but that's going on right now live. Tremendous amount of attention on that, and we'll discuss it in a little bit because of what has happened previously. But the bottom line is this: when it comes to the Colorado game, I done made you wait with the technical stuff. The bottom line is this: you don't have to convince everybody, okay? But you do have to convince one person. You don't have to convince everybody of your plan, of your vision, of what you want to do to get to that mountaintop. Don't got to convince everybody, and you're not going to convince everybody in life. That's just facts. But you do need to convince one person. And Deion Sanders convinced that one person who is, you know it, I know it, Travis Hunter. Point, period, end of story. In terms of how he shined tonight. In terms of how he shined last year in that first game against TCU. A bona fide lottery pick. Football people will know, y'all. He looking to me. I'm saying top 10. He looking top 5. He looking top 5 to the unschooled football person. I know Mel Kiper was at the game taking notes. Don't have to convince everybody. You do need to convince that one person. And Travis Hunter was the difference tonight. End of story. I'm just giving you the down and stretch, back and forth game. Okay, but the critical stop so that North Dakota State does not take the lead. And then how about that critical third down conversion for your boy Travis Scott? And then we're going to go further than that. Was that a goal line fade? I know Mina Kimes doesn't like the goal line fade. Mina Kimes don't do no goal line fade. Okay, that looked like a goal line fade, 3 yards out for him to get the tug, the TD to seal the deal on that defensive back who he was cooking. Shout out to football being back. That's one of these things. That battle between the wide receiver and the DB. Okay, I know the game is different. We don't have, the contact that we used to have in football, which is good by and large. That's a good thing by and large. We didn't need some of those train wreck hits. Okay, I'm of the opinion that they're taking out some of the clean hits right now. Okay, the textbook hits, they did a little bit too much on that side of the line. Okay, but these battles, wide receiver, DB, going back and forth, that remains. And Travis Hunter, you know what I mean? He just was not to be denied tonight. North Dakota State DB did what he could, but he, you know what I mean? Travis, that's how there's a difference between number one overall recruit in America that we saw tonight. And just a hardworking, highly skilled, Division I college football player. There's a difference. Okay? And so Travis, hook, line, and sinker. Now, Shedeur Sanders deserves the credit. Okay, Shedeur had a good game, and, you need a quarterback to get you the ball and to, allow you to do what you do. So it's not all Travis Hunter. Shedeur needs to get, and then I'm giving Shedeur his flowers. Okay, but in those crunch moments, he wasn't looking for wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, tight end over here, a halfback coming out of the back. He wasn't looking for all of them. He was looking for Travis Hunter, and he delivered again and again and again and again. And that, boom, right? But folks, you know what you was doing. And again, the press conference is going on right now. I don't have it live up on a screen. So don't turn away from SandCity Sports. Have your boy SandCity on. Don't turn away from me now, people. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. Okay, but certainly have on that ESPN to check the press conference. And we got to talk about what's going on at the U.S. Open. My man Alcaraz is on the ropes. So we're gonna go ahead and open up. But we're gonna open up this other tab to see your boy Alcaraz is on the ropes at the U.S. Open. I'm saying he's gonna hold on. And ESPN know what time it is. ESPN know what time it is with Travis Hunter leading the way. Okay, Alcaraz. I'm saying, hoping that he's holding on. Can I get some U.S. Open on my tabs here just to give me some live? I might have to just Google that up. Okay, it hasn't come across the wire that he's been bounced. I'm saying he's coming back from 2-0. I'm saying that. Okay, it's a hot, warm. Alcaraz is coming back. He's not getting bounced tonight on center court at the U.S. Open. I don't care if he's down to 2-0. It's happened before. Djokovic was down 2-0. Was it the last U.S.? I believe Djokovic was down 2-0 at the last U.S. Open and stormed back. Okay, these cream of the crop folks. All right, Alcaraz gonna win the third set, gonna stabilize. Really, it comes down to the fourth set in tennis. Stop. We got to talk about when the U.S. when the majors on, we talk about the tennis. That okay. When you're down 2-0, the third set, that's kind of to get back right. That fourth set, that's the you want to seal the deal rather than going to the fifth set where the momentum shifts completely to the person that was previously down, and then it's just that race to the finish. That's how I see it playing out, though. Alcaraz wins the third, handles business in the fourth, and then wins the fifth set. I'm going to say 6-3. All right, back to the man of the hour and the storylines of the hour. I just wanted to make it clear, because you're tuning in to SandCity Sports. I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. What did you think about technical issues to start the show? What are your takes on Dion? What are your takes on the show writ large? I want to hear all that. I appreciate all that from the bottom of my heart. But just keeping it a buck with you. I'm keeping it a buck with you, folks. Have City Sports on right now, live. All right, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on because my man Shannon Sharp and the Nightcap, they might just blast it off. They might have just blasted off too, as well. Okay, I'm not putting myself up against Shannon Sharp and Nightcap, but there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now. You heard me? Background, we got some background. Willis is doing what he do. Willis is doing. Willis, we good. Willis is good. Some background. Willis is getting it on. I like the enthusiasm. So as you can hear Willis chiming in from a different. Just real quick, folks, we got to get Willis on. We back on it. We'll get Willis on the screen. We'll get Willis on the screen. Interesting that he barked right there. He doesn't usually get to barking late night. We're gonna go out and do the walk, get him the exercise that he needs. Willis, Black Lab, German Shepherd mix, FYI, Black Lab. So you look at him, he looks like a lab, but he's a Belgian German Shepherd. It's that combo. He's more shepherd than he is a lab. And for the dog people out there, I didn't know, but I've learned in the last year plus. Willis has been here with us on the Cape since last May, so about a year and a half. Rescued from Georgia. They told me he's a Malinois. Didn't know what that meant. They said canine police dog. I was like, all right, canine police dog, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But Malinois, which are the canine police and military dogs, exceedingly athletic, exceedingly intelligent, exceedingly hyper. Okay, needs that energy and needs things to do. So we're gonna get out and move around post episode, get some fresh air, have beautiful weather on the Cape. All right. A lot that I just went to, a couple of sides here and there. I'm going to check to see how people feel about those asides, but it's cracking right now. U.S. Open is going on. Okay. I'm telling you, Dion's press conference. Okay. The game was the game. 100,000 people don't show up for a press conference, but this post game, to begin the season, this press conference is going to get equal. That's a lot. It's going to get significant coverage. Okay. Going into tomorrow's sports. All right, because of what's happened and the journalists being banned. So that's taking place live right now. Keep SandCity on. Have Nightcap on another tab. Okay. One's got to be silent. Okay. And then you might be able to listen to the press conference and get the U.S. Open. Cracking off right now. It's cracking off right now. It's a beautiful thing. All right, but we're going to start with the game. Then we're going to talk about I can't see what's going on. So it's great. I have my feelings about this press conference, but it's obviously taking place as I'm saying. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and either I'm going to be dead wrong or I might be right on that. Then we have a couple other things to get to. People got their money in the NFL, which I completely agree with. Okay, we moving into September and October in terms of the baseball. Okay, beautiful thing right there. And so we're just going we're going to keep it going and have a great and wonderful and outstanding show. All right, the game. Number one thing, keep the main thing. The main thing, you got to give credit where credit is due. Colorado was tested. Okay, they were tested tonight. They did not handle business as people thought they were going to handle business. This was not a double-digit win. Nip and tuck game. Nothing wrong with that, right? It's the first game, but not a dominant performance. Not a dominant performance. All right. And North Dakota State, you tip your hat to them. They were driving in the third quarter. Oh my goodness. So we just got the breaking news. I was dead wrong. I appreciate the update from ESPN. My man Alcaraz went down in straight sets like that. My man Alcaraz went down in straight sets like that. I gotta check that. All right. As soon as did I put a jinx on him? Did I put a jinx on him? I might have. I gave you that bold take and less than what? I give the bold take and like a minute later he goes down. I might have put a jinx on Alcaraz. That's crazy. Straight sets. All right. I'm not even going to qualify. I'm sticking with my take. Dead wrong. I'm not going to get into the read. I was wrong. I thought he was going to stabilize and come back. Alcaraz, one of the rising stars in the game of tennis, number 3 overall in the world, has been eliminated in straight sets. We're going to come back to tennis because the U.S. Open is going on right now. We got sports. It's late. I know people got to get up and get ready for tomorrow. I got to get up and get ready for tomorrow, but we going to make hay while the sun shines. Had to get this episode in. Alcaraz out. That's important. All right, Colorado, folks. Colorado. Okay? As I said, credit where credit is due. Right? You can't be ready to pile on and have this avalanche of criticism because we know that people were ready, hungering, hoping, anticipating the L for Colorado. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That would have been the bigger story. The comeuppance for this coach. Really, it's all about Prime. Who talked this big talk? That would have been the bigger story. All right, but likewise, all right, if that story would have been gargantuan, we have to give Colorado, all right, credit of equal measure. Now, it's not as big of a story. Oh, well, you're supposed to win. You're the favorites. They're mid-major. Why were they even that close in the first place? You know what I mean? And that, you know what I mean? People still, you know, and that doesn't bode well for the game against Nebraska. Matt Rule and the Cornhuskers waiting for you in the Midwest. You know what I mean? That doesn't give me confidence that you can go to Nebraska ahead of, you know what I mean? We give credit, but with a caveat. It's like, you know, we give some, but not really credit. No, folks. This was a nip and tuck game. It was in the balance. Okay? And the cream rose to the top. Don't got to convince everybody. You do need to convince that one person. That's true in this Colorado, but we all know that's true in life. And we all know that's true in life in terms of your relationships. Okay? Who you partner with, who you're close with. You know what I mean? I don't need everybody. We all love the social media, the likes, and please like, comment, subscribe. We love all of that. But everybody knows you get it, you know what I mean? You need that circle, that small circle to be firm, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Deion's small circle is firm. It's firm. Shedeur, Travis Hunter, been a lot of backing, but those two, and then he went in the transfer portal and did what he needed to do. I got to say this, folks. Shedeur had time tonight. He had time. All right? You can't get necessarily, because it is a mid-major that they played. But he had time to do what he does. The stats show he's got the talent. He's got the skills. When you protect him, he can make plays. He makes plays. His numbers, are dazzling. Him and the Travis Hunter connection, dazzling. All I'm saying with that. So let's tip of the hat. They handled, they shined tonight. Okay? Nonetheless, right? That I got to transition now. This is how last season started off with that huge win at TCU when nobody, including myself, specifically and especially myself, gave them a chance. And Shedeur and Travis Hunter went out to TCU and handled business and started the Deion Colorado phenomenon into the stratosphere. Okay? So this was different. This was not an upset. They were the favorites. It was not a decisive win, not a convincing win. All right? It's a good win, right? But can that line continue when they play the Power 5 schools to give Shedeur the time that he needs to be able to be effective and to run this offense? That, right? If that happens, then Colorado can hold their own and be in these nip and tuck games. That's what I would really like to see. I'd like to see Colorado, you know what I mean? Good, bad, or indifferent. I got my thoughts on Prime. I'm going to get to that. The press conference is going on right now. Have that on. Let me see. I got the Alcaraz take dead wrong. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong on Alcaraz. Okay. But we're sticking with Colorado. All right. I want them to be competitive this year. I want them to have a lot of close games. And let's see, what the deal is. They started off last year like gangbusters, and they got mollywopped week in and week out after that. Shouldn't have lost to Stanford last year. Believe that's correct. When they were up big and then Stanford came all the way back and beat them. And that was just the tip of the iceberg in their fall from grace all the way down to the bottom. This year, is it going to be the same? Start really strong and then just absolutely crater? Or will it be that steady, consistent, incremental growth? All right. And I think, again, being in these games constitutes notables big, constitutes improvement. Excuse me. Valuable improvement. Not to go to an Oregon and just get stomped, but to get into this Big 12 schedule and so if Colorado finishes what 5-6 or how many they're playing more games in college football with the playoffs. That's wonderful. Love it, appreciate, respect it. But if they finish around 500, because again, it's not that you lose, it's how you lose with competitive losses, then Deion is getting the program to where it needs to be. And then if they go a step ahead of that and they're winning some of these nip and tuck games against the Nebraskas and the other teams in the Big 12 and they're challenging some of the top and they're really in, you play a top 15, 25, not 25, top 15 school and you hang around and you make it competitive. Okay. Then we got to give Coach Prime a lot of credit. That is notable growth from last season to this season. All right. And all the way back, for me, and the football people chime in, let me know. I'm coming from the basketball tradition. For me, the bottom line foundation for that progress this season, for a successful Colorado season, is that offensive line giving Shedeur time to do what he does. Okay, now that's not some mystical man. Everybody, you know what I mean? Their line was atrocious last year. Okay, but even if, and I'll just kind of conclude on this, you know what I mean? Their defense, right? The defense didn't, North Dakota State third quarter, you know what I mean? And then this, they was running all over Colorado. They held up in the, they forced them to a punt that was critical. Once they got kind of backed up, they stirred it up. But North Dakota was able to do what they were doing. They were able to get to where they wanted to be and to scheme. All right. So what I mean in that is, this Colorado team may be similar to the USC's of the last couple of years. Now, Shedeur, Caleb Williams, I'm making one-to-one comparison. You leave it's up to you. It's up to you. Shedeur can't shine. Is he Caleb Williams? He's not Caleb Williams. But give him the opportunity. Let him have some time to move and groove with his weapons. Chief among them, Travis Hunter, top pick in the NFL draft. Let him do what he does. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let your boy cook. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Defense, okay. You're going to give up some points, whatever. But let Shedeur come back at you. right? For my hoopers out there, my basketball people, we had a men's league game yesterday. We lost. You know what I mean? Not happy about the loss. We lost in the championship. I'll talk a little bit. I'm not happy about it, but it was just an unbelievable season. I'm thrilled to be able to get on out there. I need to get out there more, frankly, to get my up and down, my running. You know what I mean? By the way, I took that. I borrowed this from Jason McIntyre. Shout out to J Mac on the herd, who's one of the people in the sports media that I have a lot of respect for. Shout out to Straight Fire, Jason McIntyre, your boy Rob G on the podcast. Okay, all right. A lot of respect for J Mac and what he does, how he's built himself up. No excuses. No excuses. Nobody cares. Work harder. Work harder, baby. Okay, that's why, you know what I mean. It is what it is. We're coming at you a little bit late. We're gonna have to do some things schedule wise. I love this. This is my passion project. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do what we do, and we're gonna be ready. Top of the morning to get it on tomorrow. We're gonna do what we do. But we don't doing what you do don't mean you got to take away the passion and the things that you love in life and the things that inspire you. That's that work-life balance that we talk about. We're going to make it happen, baby. We're doing what we're doing. With that, what do I mean, Jason McIntyre? You don't get old because you stop playing. You don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. That's the game he put me on to. You don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. Okay? That's what has been my experience. I'm busy, I got this response. And we're all busy. There's nothing, you know what I mean? But I ain't make time for the passion project. I ain't make time for the pickup. I ain't make time for the men's league. And that has accelerated the aging process, mentally and physically. Can't have it. Can't have it. All right? So it was wonderful to get out for the men's league. We didn't play our game. We lost. It was just not a good. We not a good. The team was not doing what it needed to do. Willis is on his greasy right now. Interestingly enough, he usually. I mean, that's interesting. Who? I hope nobody's trying to test. I don't think so. Well, you never know. You never know. But if I hear a boop, I'm gonna take these headphones off, and we're gonna get regulators going on. We're gonna get regulators going on. But a lot of times, what happens? So I'm kind of, you know what I mean. Let me timestamp this. Willis is, and this is crazy because it's 11:50. It's 11:50. It's 11:50. Hold on. Let me just. I gotta. He's calming. He's calming down. He's mellowing. He's mellowing. What happens with the Indian summer if it keeps going on? He's keeping going on. But I'm gonna give you my quick because right now I'm on notice. He's keeping going. I gotta hold on. Okay, he's gonna. Well, he's on one. I got the headphones on. I couldn't hear a boop. Not that, we don't want this to be, you know what I mean. Older folks would know like the Blair Witch Project. that scared me back in the day. In terms of the docu thriller horror series, scared me back in the day. I'm dating myself. I don't care. So I got the headphones. I can hear. I got it time stamped. So I'm gonna go outside. I got my flashlight. He's usually really good. Am I gonna have to stop this episode? He continues and go outside and put the flat. You know what I mean? Am I gonna have to like pause the episode, keep it live, and then I might have to if he keeps on just to see what the heck is going on out there. But it's time stamped. It's 11:50. I can't hear, but it is concerning to me. And we're gonna get right back. But what I was gonna say, this was a longer, and Willis doesn't usually bark at night. Maybe people might have been getting together for the Colorado game. It is a Thursday, but it's still the summertime, frankly. So people might have been So if anybody's, he'll go off for that. People like the next door neighbors, they're just doing what they're doing, but it's like they're walking around. He'll, he'll let them know, hey, I'm over here. I'm doing what I'm doing. But a lot of times, and I don't even know in this specific instance, but I am going to go outside and do a walk around and check a couple things. I'm most certainly going to do that. And I got it timestamped at 11:50. Don't have the ring. Maybe we should get a ring camera out front because then I could honestly I could just boop to the ring and just see what the heck is going on out there. Might have to get a ring camera going forward. Get the ring camera going forward. But back to Willis, what I was going to say is when he goes off like this, which is his right, and as I said, this is why you have a dog, so people can't sneak up on you, right? You know what I mean? One of the numerous reasons, and the companionship and the love and all that, and you know what I mean. But the Yodis are still out there. The Yodis, when I say Yodi, I mean coyotes. The Yodis are out there. Yeah, yeah. And we've having this heat wave towards the end of the summer. So talking to my dear friend, my good buddy Endicott, who is a naturalist, and was a fisherman for many years, and just, he knows and understands, all this stuff. He says a lot of times, there'll just be, animals he can see and smell those animals, and so they come across the yard on their hunt, and so he goes bonkers at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, hey, you're up, you got your flashlight, you know what I mean? You got your, what I'm saying? You're looking, hey, but that can be the case as well. So we're going to go ahead and do a sweep post episode. Willis has settled. If he does go bonkers again, though, I'm gonna have to take these headphones, get my flashlight and go outside and do the scan. You know what I'm saying? Get to do the scan. You know what I mean? Just to make sure. But it seems as though it has settled. Timestamp, routine, back to Colorado. In conclusion, okay. Good win. On to now. I got to check the schedule. Let's pull this up here. We can clearly do this. Gotta check the schedule, and then does it have the Colorado game? Okay, can I? ESPN has it. Let's check. Is Nebraska next week? Oh, Nebraska is next week on the 7th, NBC, prime time. Yes. The saga continues. Wu-Tang. Yes. 2 coaches, a lot of confidence. Back in Nebraska, revenge game. Yes. Let's get it on in that matchup. In that situation. Okay. Looking forward to it. Again, not a incredible take. Protect Shedeur. Protect Shedeur Sanders. Let this offense be what it can be. Defensively, progress over perfection. You obviously have an all-time great defensive person as your head coach. All right. And let's see if they can continue to grow and improve and hold their own. I'm looking for that to be a nip and tuck game in the margin, and made a best team win. And it's hey, we go from there. Tremendous, outstanding. As I've said, please like, comment, subscribe on the show. Certainly appreciate you. Let me just go around. Okay, we in the Twitter. We still. Okay, we staying consistent. I appreciate the people that's rocking with me in the Twitter space. Okay, the YouTube is we still going on with it. All right, and that's good. Let's go with the socials. The socials are good. We got a little bit of engagement. Okay, I know it's a little bit late, but the nighttime is the right time. I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me right now, and we just gonna keep it moving and grooving and rocking and rolling. All right, in terms of Dion in the media, again, I was dead wrong on Alcaraz. I was dead wrong. All right, and I'm not gonna make excuses. Dead wrong. But that's major because he's right up there with Djokovic and your man Sinner. Okay, brother hits me up. Okay. Let me just let him know. My bro might jump on. He might jump on with me. Coming from Arizona. He might be able to rock with me. Okay, let me just see. I might have to get him the link, which I did not, but I'm pretty sure it's the same link. So we're gonna navigate these technical difficulties. I should be able to get the link even when I'm in the studio, but that would be really big. Bro knows his football, knows so on and forth. Okay, but we'll see if he comes over. All right, back to the business, folks. Look, Djokovic, I'm pulling for Djokovic. Yannick Sinner, Italianissimo. Hey, sorry for my Italian people if I mess up. Hey, Mambo. Mambo Italiano. Oh. It looking like a Siciliano. Hey, Mambo. Hey, I love it. I love the culture. Okay, respect America, beautiful thing, a melting pot. You know, the Italianismo. Okay, and with that, I just got to get, you know what I mean? David Chase is my guy. Okay, I'm born in the great state of New Jersey. Very proud of that. David Chase is my guy. Okay, Sopranos, all-time great show. All right, and so I'm not Italian. I mean no offense. I mean nothing like that. Okay, but I just appreciate. I love it's America. You know, and we blend and we learn and we learn, and it's a beautiful thing. And Yannick Sinner, you know, he's the number one player in the world. He's from Italy. And so respect to him. He's had some issues and, you know, some performance enhancing stuff. Okay, so get that squared away, and he's able to compete and whatnot. We don't like to see that. Keep the playing field level. Keep the playing field level. Okay, but him and Djokovic are the odds-on favorites now to break through and make it. You know what I mean? To that championship game. You know, and match. And so we'll see. I'm gonna go with Djokovic. I'm gonna go with the vet in terms of his greatness. And it's crazy. First of all, it dates me, you know, on the tennis side as we keep it moving and grooving. Because I remember Djokovic when he was losing to Federer and this up and coming star, you know, had the talent, but just had to learn how to win and how to, you know, right, how to you know, it was the younger Djokovic who we all knew he had the talent, but he was going against the Federers and the Nadals, and he couldn't really break through. You know, he was the third of the, you know, so obviously Federer all time, you know, and Nadal all time. These are, you know, it's crazy that three of the all time winningest tennis players, you know, were at their peak, you know, so like at the same time in close proximity. And the young Djokovic was climbing as these two were, you know, were on Mount Olympus, so to speak. My point with that is what's been amazing as he has joined them on Mount Olympus and, you know, possibly surpassing them, right? So I'm dating myself. This is decades that have gone by, but hey, it's a beautiful thing. It is what it is. But then along with that, what resonated with me is, you know, in order to play his best tennis and to, you know, to get to that Mount Olympus, how he has, because Djokovic was talented, but he would get frustrated and he would self-destruct, frankly. If you see the younger, earlier Djokovic in those high leverage moments, hey, right? Who am I? What they say? You know, but for the grace of God, there go I. You know, you don't know. And I'm going to use another quote. Credit goes to that man in the arena, not the critic out here speculating. So he got younger Djokovic, got into those moments, and he you know, he just didn't, you know, he kind of, there was some self-sabotage, strong word, but that's how I feel about it early in his career. Once he just, you know what I mean, came to that inner peace, and I'm just going to trust the process and continue forward, and you're going to have to beat me. I'm not going to beat myself. Once Novak Djokovic stopped beating himself, the rest has been history. The rest has been history. Okay, and I just think that's a pivotal. Shout out to Midnight. The Midnight Owl. Okay. Um, and so now he's all time this, all time most wins. So I'm pulling for the Joker. I'm pulling for the Joker at the U.S. Open. Down goes Alcaraz in a notable defeat. Okay, we'll wait to see if folks are going to jump in. It is late, but the nighttime is the right time, and we're going to continue forward. Discuss Colorado. Discuss the U.S. Open that's going on right now. Look, folks, you know what happened with Aiyuk today. You know what happened with Brandon Aiyuk today. Man got his money. He got his money. 30 mils. I was going to say, you know, Uncle Shannon, Uncle Shay says 30 bands. 30 bands. Bands, 1,000. We're going to hit you up with 30 bands. Okay. No, 30 millions a year. 4-year, $120 million deal. Didn't see what the guaranteed money was. I respect these wide receivers. Point, period, end of story. I need my money. I needs my Skrilla. Okay, not a maybe. Not a we'll get to you, especially in that gladiatorial game. Okay, where they can just adios, rip up the contract. We'll see you later. Okay. No, I need that right now. That's what I need. That's what I need right now. Okay. And so you saw with CD, Jamar, same thing. Justin Jefferson got his money. Aiyuk, Because again, in this modern NFL, good, bad, or indifferent, yes, it is appropriate. We took the catastrophic hits out of the game. Okay, it's still football though. We took the catastrophic hits. They needed to go a long time ago. Wonderful. Um, but there's much more freedom of movement in the game. Much more freedom of movement, rules, okay, giving the offense some advantages. Okay, and so the calculus has changed. It's been seen. That wide receiver one is more important than some of these structural pieces, including and we just talked a lot about the offensive line with Colorado, but where would the Bengals be if they passed on if they passed on Jamar Chase and drafted an offensive lineman a couple years back? Because that's what they were supposed to do. Where would they be? Right. Calculus has changed. You need your quarterback, and you need somebody for him to throw to. Somebody that can get open and, right, good, bad, or indifferent. Are you dealing? And this is the same thing we talk about. I talked about it in the last episode. You did see, and I need to get some clips because I said some things in the last episode. But again, I didn't go back and get those clips, which we need. But I did say some things in the last episode about Ant-Man and talking about the former generation. And then of course Magic Johnson said some things. Now, did he say exactly what I say? That's not what I'm saying. But he said some things. Right. And you know what I mean? He say, young man, all right, you're young, you're talented, but you ain't won nothing. Okay? So watch your mouth. I didn't have, I'm not saying I'm, but my feeling was similar when I spoke on Ant-Man in the previous episode. And then Magic, he put the capper on it. Okay, in terms of, you know what I mean? And what Magic's point was just about the winning, which was 1,000% true. Okay, the AAU legends, and the self-proclaimed Hall of Famers that haven't won anything. In the, age of social clicks, and look at me, and I say that as I'm asking you to like and subscribe to my channel. So let's just note that distinction, and it's not intended to be hypocritical. But Magic, said you ain't won nothing, A. And then B, like the 80s and 90s, like we played like, physical basketball, playground basketball. Not all this freedom of movement, do what you feel, and fadeaway threes, and nobody can touch you, hollering to the ref because somebody was in your bubble when you shot. That's people are close to you when you're trying to shoot. That's a foul. Okay, no, none of that. 80s and 90s, much harder to score. All right, and the same thing in football, much harder on the offenses to advance the ball and to move around. There's just no two ways about it. So the Michael Irvins, the Jerry Rices of the world. Okay, completely different environment. Okay, I know things happen. It's always going to be an evolutionary process. All the way back to Brandon Aiyuk. Okay, seeing the writing on the wall, the way that the game has changed, and the value that has conferred to certain positions. Okay, it's not all your quarterback, even though the most important, and they're going to get their money, and arguably the most difficult position in team sports. It's not. They need somebody to get the ball to. That's why I was thrilled the Patriots jumped into that conversation. Patriots have issues. Gerard Mayo is going to right the ship and have this team competitive. Period. End story. Talked about that. We'll get a little bit into that. Okay. But not happy with Brissett's injury, and the offensive line needs to be worked out, and Drake May maybe going out there earlier than whatever. Okay, get the line right, but it's going to be progress over perfection. But I love the fact that the Patriots are saying, listen, we in this, we in this market, which is a drastic, drastic is the right word, but it's a new regime. Because of course the old regime was grow your own with Bill Belichick. I'm not paying anybody anything. I'm going to grow my own. Okay, which was successful when you had the greatest quarterback of all time. Once you didn't have the greatest quarterback of all time, it became quite clear that you need to pay people to, make up for that gap between the greatest quarterback of all time and, just a quarterback. Okay, so I respect, Mayo was in it with Gerard Mayo was we going big game hunting. We want people to want to be in New England. Didn't get Aiyuk. Aiyuk got his money, and bottom line, that's respect. And setting us, NFL. First of all, check out the 30 for 30 broke. Billy Corbin, just great. And then Billy Corbin also did the U, 1 and 2, coming from the sunshine, coming from Miami. All right, this is just art that I have a high respect for and want to just, and this is just my little passion project, but art. Broke, 30 for 30. The 30 for 30s in general, but broke, just, yeah, learn. It's just how it tells the story. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Speaking of poets, we love to hear the story how they live and worry. They duck down in, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Niger, okay? Niger, that it was written at Illmatic. Okay, these artists. Okay, now I went from Billy Corbin to Nas, and I'm not making a one-to-one compare, but they're artists. But what Broke really looked at, was not, that the athletes, and you think they have everything, but the NFL, not only does it stand for not for long, but these players, they don't have, playing the most physical, highest injury, shortest career. They don't have, see, not just securities in terms of their contract, but you know, you get really one contract where they're going to pay you. And then after that, it's like, we're just not going to pay you. Even though you're at the top of your game and you're very valuable. We're just going, which is insane. That you have, the average career is what, 3 to 4 years. Let's say you have a 10-year career, a longer career in that gladiatorial sport, but you won't get, even if you are producing at that high level, it's exceedingly difficult to get that second contract, which is insane. It's for as much as we love football in this country and it dominates culture and ratings and a lot of things, the people that actually play, that power this cultural phenomenon, have the least protections and rights of all the professional sports. And we're just so caught up in the game and the highs and the glory, that doesn't really resonate. And so the same market principles continue, which disenfranchises and disadvantages the people that produce the show. So Aiyuk, yes, stand up, get your money, and then continue to add surplus value. Don't check. Okay, we're good there. Don't, you know what I mean? The whole wait and see. We'll let you know. We see how that works out. We see how, like, we'll let you know works out. It means you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing, and good luck to you. We're on to the next. We're on to the next. Whoever, Kirby Smart has at Georgia and Dabo has at Clemson. They're gonna match up in a good matchup. Dabo has slipped up a little bit. Got to put that out there. Not to, I'm throwing shade. I'd like to see, Clemson. Clemson was right, and Kirby is just what he's done at Georgia. Kirby has essentially taken over for Nick Saban. They should have been in the playoffs last year. I said that, and a lot of people know that. There's no reason Georgia shouldn't have been in the playoffs last year. They're the number one team all year. They lose in the SEC championship, and they're out of the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Okay, but that was just they just that showed that we needed to expand from 4. We needed, because Georgia should have been in there and Florida State should have been in there. Period. No two ways about it. Now, is 12 too much? Maybe. Maybe 8 was better. Who cares? Frankly, let's get them in. Get them in. Get those fringe teams, 11 and 12, and see if you really about it when you have to play the Georgias and the Bamas and the Ohio States, right? See if you really about it. But Kirby Smart, he's won some natties, and he's been close in some others, but yeah. The Bulldogs and Ken Dabo, who that was Dabo. And he's not in that upper echelon. Clemson is not in that upper echelon. To my brother. Let me resend. Let's see if he can jump on, and I might have to. Okay, I'm gonna compose. Boop boop. All right. And I'm hoping that link is going to work. Can I see? Let me see. Invite. There we go. There we go. And if it doesn't work, I have this link. All right, so that's good. That's good. I'm hoping the pre, but that might not work. And I will just I'll text. I'm gonna text it as well. Apologize, people. Apologize, technical side. Boop 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 boop. We're gonna say da 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 da. Okay, so we might be getting a special guest appearance. And in terms of the college football, we've talked about Colorado. We've talked about get that out of there. Dabo, yeah. That's the more important storyline for me in that game, in that matchup. I want to see, if right, the tides have turned. And I'm also really interested in Kellen DeBoer coming over from Washington to take over Bama. If I got the name a little bit wrong, or if I got the program, please, but the new coach at Bama, and obviously taking over for, all time great, if not the greatest, and Nick Saban. But the reports that I've been hearing are very interesting in that, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. And this could be a Montana to Steve Young situation at Bama. This could be a Montana to Steve Young, where this coach, it's going to take him, obviously, coming in the SEC. You don't have you have recruits, but you obviously lost a ton, because they were committed to Nick. So first year, maybe just kind of hanging on and giving, but not anywhere near the juggernaut that a Georgia is, or, these other teams coming into the SEC, the Texas of the world. I believe A&M's coming into Texas, and Oklahoma's coming over. All right. But, I'm, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, bro?
How you doing? Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Not too much. We're talking right now a little bit of college football, and you can jump in on any of these that you want. We started off with Colorado and the win for the Buffaloes, and then we were just talking about the rulers in college football, specifically Georgia, and their upcoming matchup with Clemson. And for me, the major storyline there is, Clemson, used to be somebody, and now they're not a top program. And will they return to that status as a top program, or are they still gonna, or are they gonna, is Clemson back to what Clemson frankly used to be, which was, a good program in the ACC, but not a national power. So if you want to jump in on any of those, jump in on Colorado, or any college football team, frankly, but specifically the matchup next week, or upcoming matchup between Georgia and Clemson, if any of those were of interest.
Well, I think Georgia's, going to handle business. I think my key matchups this week are going to be Florida, and that Miami game is going to be interesting, and Notre Dame, Texas A&M, be interesting.
Yeah, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, no doubt. New coaches, new coach for A&M, and a newer coach for Notre Dame, who's had that program moving in the right direction since Brian Kelly. So I'm going to favor Notre Dame in that matchup. And then Florida and the U. What is it? Cristobal is the coach for the U.
Yeah.
And Florida has a newer coach as well. So those guys vying for the Sunshine State. So two critical matchups there. Any thoughts on the Colorado game?
Colorado game was a good game. First game of the season. They're playing a tough opponent, so Travis Hunter is the real deal, man.
He is the real deal. And my view is you don't have to convince everybody, but you do have to convince that one person. And Deion Sanders convinced Travis Hunter. He believes in the vision and the mission, and he's a man amongst boys.
Yeah. he just look, yeah. Top, you could be a top NFL prospect, top 3 pick, top 5 pick.
That's interesting. I don't, again, coming from the basketball tradition, not the football tradition, I see him as a supernova, but I didn't know if that's where he was projecting out on draft boards and, in different,
Yeah.
as a top 10 pick.
He's projected as one of the first skilled players taken. So
respect. And I he's got energy, got charisma. He has all the socials and the NIL. We tip our hat that these players deserve all their money that they're getting. But he also has a maturity, and a consciousness about him. I thought it was cool. There was the kid that had the tough hit on him that took him out for a couple games, and then he went over and did pieced it up with him and said, we're not doing any of this. He has like the funny little videos that he does. So he's a good player. He's got a good way about him. He takes his success in stride, and seems to have, frankly, a humility and a hunger. So, bro, do you have any thoughts? I'm speaking of hunger. This Nebraska matchup next week,
yeah, it's gonna be the real deal right there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a test.
In Nebraska, Matt Rule is a coach. He's confident. He's an offensive minded, person. Deion's defensive minded. So he's going to have Nebraska's, again, one of these programs, middling programs like a Clemson.
No, I wouldn't more so say Deion defensive minded because, that's Colorado's defense didn't play so great.
They didn't.
That's the problem. No. So, one thing is Nebraska is starting a freshman, so the best quarterback in the nation.
Okay, and he's going against Shedeur Sanders, who sees himself and has potential to be one of those top tier quarterbacks in the country. So that storyline,
Shedeur is a top tier. Shedeur is probably one of the best. Shedeur is another top. You could be another top NFL prospect. Both of them are. So.
Okay, yeah. So the Buffaloes and the Cornhuskers, major matchup. All eyes on me type of situation. I'm going to stick with Colorado. That's my take. Respect and appreciate. I'm a Travis Hunter guy. I root for this kid. Okay, and especially, I want to touch on it. We can't help but, there's a lot of things that Colorado's in the headlines off the field. Okay, there's things that are taking place, and the journalists being banned, and the reports about things that are going on in the program, and a lack of institutional control. And in the midst of all of that, like Travis Hunt, like you don't hear about him getting in trouble. You don't hear, he doesn't get into the back and forth. Deion certainly, loves the back and forth. And he just, I'm here. I'm appreciative. I'm obviously highly number one recruit in the country, skilled. I'm just about that life, and I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. And he just consistently. So, based on that, Travis, I'm going with the Buffaloes. I want him to shine. Picking him to shine. But I just think, to your point, like they didn't win convincingly. Their defense, Nebraska did what they wanted to do. It seemed to be the most of the game. So they're not. It looks like they're going to have to outscore people. When I want to kick it over to you, how do you feel about Colorado's offensive line? They gave Shedeur time tonight, but against a mid-major team, can that offensive line hold up against Power 5 defenses?
We're going to see. That's the big question mark. So that is what we're going to see.
Yeah, and for me, I'm hoping for it. But again, hope don't pay no bills and, win no college football games. I'd like to see their offense. They're an offensive-oriented team, and I want to see that offense have the opportunity to operate at a high level, meaning Shedeur have time to make his decisions and not be running for his life as he was last year. I want them to be able to run the ball, have a balanced offense. And then we'll see. But if that offense is, like we have, we're going to be able to show you what we do. I just think that would make them similar to a USC team, like Lincoln Riley defense. No, we're just going to outscore you. And they were able to do that, less so last year, but that's how I think Colorado will play. And I hope, or not, I just think that's really, if they don't have an offensive, and Shedeur is not able to, their defense is not going to be able to stop people. So, I think that's what it comes down to for Colorado. That's not a hot take. That's not everybody's been saying that. But I would like to see, them have chances to win. So. Yeah, Nebraska, Colorado. We're looking forward to that. I touched on the U.S. Open. We'll come back to that. I have a couple things that I want to get to in conclusion. But since I have a football person, thoughts on the Brandon Aiyuk deal?
I mean, went out got his money. ASU guy got his money, so deserving.
Didn't know Brandon Aiyuk was an ASU guy. My feeling were the same in terms of, so that's now I like him even more. But I respected 1,000% him standing up and saying, "Listen, I need my Skrilla, no IOUs." And I not just him, CD, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I love these wide receivers stepping up and saying, "We are, we're not the quarterbacks, but you don't have your quarterbacks without us, and so we need our money." Yeah. And in the, you know what I mean? I think what Kansas City has done has changed the calculus a bit, because they did not pay Tyreek Hill his money, and they still won 2 Super Bowls. But they have Andy Reid as their head coach and Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback, right? And it hasn't been smooth sailing for Kansas City. And frankly, they should have gotten beat. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. If the Ravens were the Ravens, we would think a lot differently about them getting rid of Tyreek Hill. But they went into Baltimore and handled business and just out executed a better team, and the better team made mistakes. So that changes the narrative of these, right? Can teams get away with it, or can they not get away with it? Kansas City has gotten away with it. But I think that they are the exception of exceptions. And I think that the San Francisco 49ers were kind of walking down that road of, well, Kansas City can do it, and they have Andy Reid, and we got Kyle Shanahan, so we can do it, and we can just stonewall our top offensive player, our top offensive weapon, excuse me. Probably their top offensive player, because Brock Purdy is not Patrick Mahomes. But for this, I'm glad Aiyuk got his deal, ASU guy, and just to kind of push back on that idea. But listen, you cannot pay guys if you have Bill Belichick, in his prime. You cannot pay guys if you have Andy Reid in his prime. Everybody else, you better break out. You better break out the Brinks train.
Yeah,
Brinks truck.
Not today. Yeah, not. I mean, that was not today. People are going to get paid, and I see Steph Curry making $60 million. So, and you see Steph Curry making $60 million 1 year. So,
yeah, okay, good point taken. But my take on that is that's because the NBA's players union is what it is, and the NFL's players union is what it is. And the NFLPA, gets bulldozed every negotiation. Mm-hmm. So, yes, the money is going up, to your point, but all that money is going to the quarterbacks. Well, hold on. Let me. That's too hot of a take. You need a quarterback like a Tom Brady or a Patrick Mahomes who's willing to make a deal that allows the team to have flexibility. The quarterback is going to get the lion's share of the money, but if a quarterback signs a deal, then whether it's a team-friendly deal, which Brock Purdy, frankly, needs to sign, but the elites of the elites, the Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Burrows, there needs to be optionality in their deals. People were going crazy about on Patrick Mahomes after they won his first Super Bowl for the contract that he signed. Nonetheless, all those people are silent because he's won 2 more Super Bowls with the
Yep.
flexibility his contract allows. He's still in that upper tier of quarterbacks, over $50 million, yada, yada, yada. But he can go back to like 48.5, which gives them the money to give their weapons, the money, the pieces that they need. So, yeah, money's going up, but more of that pie needs to be spread around to everybody. Bro, you're a diehard Patriots fan. I am a diehards a lot. I'm not going to put myself in the same category as you because you know what I mean. I root for the Eagles. I root for the Eagles. I root for the Jets. Which you know what I mean. To me,
Eagles.
the Eagles, my friend.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, I ain't never heard you say that before in my life. So
okay, I was born in the great state of New Jersey. You were born in New York. People in Philly, okay. Now, I'm not saying that I'm from Philly. Let's just make that clear. I'm not from Philly, but I rooted for the Eagles since Randall Cunningham and before. You know what I mean? I've been rooting for the Eagles based on the pride of growing up in the tri-state area. People in Philly call them the Eagles. Now, I'm not. You know what I mean? What am I? Am I code switching? I apologize if I offended any Eagles fan, but that's
it's the Eagles to you.
I can't say Eagles.
No,
Because I'm
it's the
not from
Eagles
Philly.
to you, man. You're
You
not from
have to be
Philly.
from Philly. You have to be from Philly to say Eagles. I've been rooting for the Eagles for
Yes,
decades.
and I never heard you say that.
No, that fandom, and again, you know what I mean. I rooted for the best team. The Eagles did win that Super Bowl. It did hurt because it was against the Patriots, but you know what I mean. Hey, you know what I mean. That you know what I mean. I was thrilled. Now I'm not Rudy. I'm not a Patriots hater. Let's stop that. But hey, I was thrilled for the city of brotherly love. In the city of brotherly love, we call it's the Eagles. But you're saying I can't say. So for the rest of the show, it'll be Eagles. But I feel I have a right. I'm born in Jersey. And
You have a right to say whatever you want, but
my
I ain't never heard you say
my
that
fandom
before.
for I don't have gear. Maybe I need some gear. I need some Eagles gear. But the Eagles have been, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rob Johnson. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rob Johnson. You know what I mean? Lifelong Eagles fan. I'm gonna ask Rob when I see him. Rob's doing very well. I'm gonna ask him when I see him if I have the right to say Eagles. And based on what Rob says, that's gonna be the final word. Okay. Your thoughts on the Patriots, bro? You're a true blue Patriots fan. What are your thoughts?
It's gonna be a fun season. It's
Be a
going to
fun
be
season.
a interesting season.
Okay, you know the AFC East is not the least anymore. You know they got some dogs now. They got some dogs in that division. If
Oh
Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers can get off the Pat McAfee show and play like you know what I mean, and just be functional, and there's gonna be drama. There's gonna be drama. We know that. But if he can just run that offense at a and then Salah with with the defense, knocking people out, the Jets are gonna be a tough out. The Dolphins haven't gone anywhere, and they're looking to take another step forward. And Mike McDaniels, Miami Mike, okay, I love the swagger. I got my little, I don't have the watch game that Miami Mike has. I got something. I got a little something here, but I don't got the watch game Miami Mike has coming into the press conference with the glasses and the hair, coming from, you know what I mean? That's Miami Vice Mike right there. Okay, has the swagger, knows his business, scored 70 points against the Broncos. So I see them taking another step forward. And with the Bills, we'll see if less is more because the Diggs loss hurts them. But he wasn't happy in Buffalo. So I think a more continuity is going to help them. Diggs, as talented as he is, and he's going to ball for the Texans. He's going to ball for the Texans. Bro, I had a mix up yesterday. I'm not proud of. I missed my fantasy draft. No, I didn't miss the whole draft. I missed the first 4 rounds. I'm not happy. I did get Nico Hines though on an auto draft. I got Nico Hines, wide receiver for the Texans. I'm proud of that. And then I got Ramon Stevenson, who I don't really know. And then the auto draft got crazy with me. And then first of all, I'm upset that I didn't put it on my calendar. I'm pissed at myself I didn't put it on my calendar. Do you know they drafted Justin Tucker, who's a good kicker? They drafted Justin Tucker, which is in the 3rd round, far too high. And then they drafted as a disrespectful pick. I don't even know. Why would they drafted a defensive tackle for me in the 4th round? Are you kidding me? My overall draft grade was a D, which I deserve because it slipped my mind. And I showed up in the 5th freaking round, which is crazy. But I was upset that they auto drafted a kicker, even though I like the kicker, far too early, and then a defensive tackle in the 4th round. Those 2 picks, awful, awful.
Yeah, it's tough.
Got
That's tough.
my team is. I got Justin Herbert as my quarterback. I have Diggs. I still have Diggs, who's gonna ball. I got Kels, who's gonna ball. I got Montgomery from the Lions. So I got, it's not a juggernaut of a team, but and then Justin Tucker is a top kicker, so I'm gonna get my points from him. But I'm just, you don't miss fantasy drafts. I don't know how it slipped my mind. I gotta constantly update this doggone calendar. And it was not a good look, bro. You haven't said too much in terms of a rebuttal. I made it clear. My stance is this: I'm all in on Gerard Mayo. I'm all in. Listen, it's going to be progress over perfection. Rookie quarterback, rookie. You know what I mean? This is going to be. They're going to take their lumps this year. But I say they're going to stand tall, stand together, and lose with pride and dignity. They're going to lose, but they're going to lose. They're going to get blown out, frankly, because they just are. The AFC is monstrous. So they're going to take a couple of bad losses. People are going to be, screaming, and they can do it all they want. But they're going to stay together. And it's not that we're losing. We're going to be learning how to win. I just feel, as I've noted, their conference is stacked, right? The Joe Burrows of the world, the Trevor Lawrences of the world, the CJ Strouds of the world, the Lamar Jacksons of the world, the Deshaun Watsons of the world, the Justin Herberts of the world, right? The Bo Nixes and upstart. The AFC is just far superior to the NFC, and the Patriots are in that cauldron. Nonetheless, I just this is a build year, and just hang in there and stay together and leave the drama. And we have a real offensive coordinator to guide Drake May. We don't have a freaking. See, even I'm not in football, I said freaking, which is not. I didn't go over the line, but you don't have a defensive coordinator and a special teams coach nurturing your quarterback of the future. That madness, and so they just have, it's going to be a growing season. It's going to be a tough season, but there's going to be growth, which is tremendous. That's how I feel about the Patriots. You have any feedback on that as a true blue?
I mean, yeah, it's just time to build. It's not gonna build overnight, so trust the process.
Now, bro, my bro is a little bit humble right now, folks. He's not really speaking on terms of what he does on the sticks, what he does on the gaming console. He's on the Xbox. I'm Team Playoffs 5. I'm Team PS5, even though I haven't gamed in a bit, but I'm Team PlayStation. He's on the Xbox. You got to win against the top 5 player in the world. Was that on Madden or college football?
No, we went to double overtime. I didn't get the dub. Now I'm just, college football, Madden. New Madden got they took out the ranking system, so you can only see your record if you're in the top 100, which is kind of lame.
Why did they take out the rankings,
yeah, I need
man?
to get that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
So
everybody wants to know
just been on college football. Yeah, I've been on college football because I could see my record and see my wins. And I've been playing with a lot of random teams, which is just fun. So I'm gonna get back on this Twitch. I've been chilling on the resting, getting my gaming skills up. But I think
man.
it's time to come back out of retirement.
1000%. The health is the wealth, man. The health is the wealth. So yeah, and I mean, thank you for coming on, but we know you up early to get your workouts in. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna hold you for too long. We got a couple more things to get to, but
I got I got wake up call 5:00, Trey.
Indeed, and I got to be up myself. The school year is what it is, but we still got to have the passion project, and we don't sleep on the things. We have to do what we have to do, but we also have to do what we love to do. And it's a balancing act. I mentioned Madden because the bottom line, like honestly, we talked about maybe would you play with the Patriots in Madden, and or would you be confident that you can win?
Yeah, I can win with the Patriots in Madden. I mean, I win with the Cardinals in Madden. So I mean, yeah, I win with anybody.
Okay, respect to that take. Now you bring up the Cardinals. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. Can Marvin Harrison Jr. and we're gonna keep it a buck. Can he save Kyler Murray's time? Can he save Kyler Murray's tenure with the Cardinals? Can Marvin Harrison Jr.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna be Hall of Famer. I'll say that right now. He's
He gonna
tier one.
be you giving him the jacket already? You give him Harrison the jacket already?
Yeah. I watch him run 10 routes. Give him the jacket.
Okay, we ready to agree. Okay, so you're saying the Cardinals, and that was one of these picks. I couldn't have got Marvin Harrison Jr. because he was picked ahead. People knew what time it was, but I did get Nico. I got Nico Hines. I like that pick. Dude, I can't. How I missed this fantasy draft makes me sick. My stomach. But my team is good. I had it's a keeper league, so I got pieces, but you know, the auto drafting a doggone kicker in the third round, a defensive tackle in the fourth round. That was insult to injury. I'm gonna leave that topic. I'm a huge Marvin Harrison guy too, and that'd be great for Kyler to now have this guy and for him to just be, you know, a linchpin for this, you know, Cardinals team, which, as I understand, it has some talent. You know, this
Yeah,
team
there's
is,
some talent. They have some talent. Man.
you know, and they're
They
playing in
have
a
some
conference
pieces.
where there's opportunity. There's opportunities in the NFC. So, you
The
know, watch
NFC
out.
West is wide open. So
You know,
I mean the Niners obviously, but you know they play the Niners tough every year. So
and the Rams are going to be the Rams. They're going to be steady. You know, they don't blow your hair back, but they're going to be in the mix. Okay, and so yes, indeed. Watch. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that resurgence. Okay, bro. We're not gonna we're gonna skip over because baseball. We're not in October yet. We're still kind of in the mix. You know, in terms of baseball. We're going to stay with the NFL. We're not going to go over to the NBA. The NBA is on the back burner. Okay. Who are your top 4 teams?
NFL.
Yes. I'm going to ask you that question, think on it, and I'm going to give you my top 4 teams. Okay. Baltimore Ravens. All right. And that's not, if I'm saying the Ravens on the strength of, look, are you going to let your brother steal your thunder? Are you going to let Brother John come up in the NFL and the Chargers they're not in my top 4, but I think I just believe in the Harbaughs. Baltimore.
I don't see the
I believe in
Chargers
the
being.
Harbaughs. Baltimore. This is your last chance. I'm sorry. How many years a bride's-maid, never a bride? Please. I think Baltimore has the most pressure, even more pressure than the 49ers. You need to dethrone. If the Ravens don't dethrone Kansas City this year, they're the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills without the Super Bowl appearances. Period. Okay? Be more. Okay? Niners, continuity, same thing. Hunger. You know what I mean? Having to get there. Bengals. Assuming health for Joe Burrow, I believe in Jolton Joe. This team, but I feel like it's a situation with the Bengals where they made that Super Bowl and then, now they're kind of like, injuries. But assuming health, Bengals to come back and Jolton Joe Burrow, who's, you know what I mean? There's a lot of talk about, obviously, Patty Mahomes, and as there should be. Lamar had the MVP, backdoor MVP season. I think Joe, pound for pound, you know what I mean? Healthy Joe Burrow, Best in the NFL. Best in the NFL. All right. And my fourth team, and this is more so, this is on the is the Lions. Is the Lions. Those are my four teams. Ravens, Niners, Bengals, Lions. What do you got?
You're not going to pick the Chiefs as one of the top 4 teams in the
No,
NFL?
I'm not. No, because the Chiefs don't have the core talent.
That's crazy. That's
Okay.
crazy. I'm
I should
sorry.
be
You obviously don't know much. You don't know much about football. They're definitely a top 4 team. Come on now.
I know about
top
Juju
4
Smith.
team.
I know about Juju Smith-Schuster.
All right, top 4 team. They picked up Hollywood Brown. I'm not even a Chiefs fan, but top 4 team. Come on now.
The Ravens should have took their lunch last year.
And you. All right. Well, I'm going to say the Chiefs, Niners. I'm going to throw in. The Packers, Ravens, and Dolphins.
Chiefs, Niners, the Packers.
What?
Yep. Playing in the
Jordan Love.
All right.
Watch.
All right. He had the game against Dallas. He's on a revenge
tour.
Watch.
That man Jordan Love, and they got a running back over there by the name of Jordan Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, excuse me.
The Packers.
Packers, yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gracious. Okay, but I respect it. Okay, and you said
you
the
heard
Packers.
It here first.
I like the Dolphins. I like Miami Mike. I respect it. I can rock with Miami Mike in terms of, you know what I mean? All right. Packers, is your, but I think I need Dan Campbell. I need the dude to keep the Packers at bay and maintain the momentum that he's had going on. I need Dan Campbell to be who
it's
he
getting
needs to
be. It's getting a little bit past my bedtime, Andre.
Excuse me. Okay, bro. Thanks so much. We're going to wrap it.
A little sleep.
We're going to wrap in a second. It's getting close for me as well, but thanks so much for jumping on. Short notice.
We can talk more NFL tomorrow. I will be around.
Okay.
And I'll be watching college football all weekend since it is a big slated weekend for college football.
It is. So we got a 3-day weekend, Labor Day weekend. So we will be back at you with another episode. But thank you so much for jumping on, bro. Blige, have a good evening.
No problem, man. Peace. Good night. Good night to you and Willis. Tell Mom I say good night.
Indeed. I'll let the family know. Yes. Let
Peace,
Willis know. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll be home soon, too. So I'm going to let you know when, but I'll be home soon.
Respect. Heading back
Peace,
to the
bro.
Cape. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Brother lives on the West Coast. He lives on the left coast. Makes it back on occasion to this side of the country. So he'll be here. What we call in the Cape the shoulder seasons. We call that the shoulder seasons in September and October. So he's going to come out in late September. Which for anybody that's thinking about coming on to the Cape, that's a nice time. Again, that's you're working, your kids are in school. I get all that. It's mostly for the retirees. But all the restaurants, all the shops are open. We still have the nice summer weather, and it's kind of that good. We scale it down before we. And I was thinking about this during. We have beautiful weather right now. It's a beautiful thing. Getting up and getting out. You know what I mean? And it's wonderful and it's glorious and all of that good stuff that we have. I was thinking to myself the other day, and this is just kind of how I am, especially as we get towards Labor Day. Winter is coming. That's just my MO. Winter is coming. And we had a great summer season. This is going to be a good weekend. A lot of activities that are going to be going on over the course of the weekend, which I got a couple events Saturday. Looking forward to them. And Labor Day, it sneaks up on you. We have a tradition. What we do on Labor Day is we wave goodbye to the tourists. We wave goodbye. It's a good summer season. Appreciative, all of that. And fall football and sports and school and everything else. But in New England, winter is coming. We're gonna prepare for it. Okay, folks. So thank you so much for rocking with me. Your host, the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King. The program is SandCity Sports. Please like, comment, subscribe. Good, bad, or indifferent, what you think. Okay? And that's all that we have. And we will see you again the next time. Peace.